This is the mainstream conversation. It's in the headlines. This isn't a conspiracy theory. Here's one of the headlines right now that's everyone's debating. Every new car could become a surveillance machine by 2027, and it may decide if you can drive. Where's this all coming from? Well, it's coming from a bill, H.R. 3684. It's titled the Infrastructure Investment and Jobs Act. And you go into this, and this is basically government mandated, and it says this in the section. They call it advanced drunk and impaired driving prevention. Well, what does that mean? In this quote, it says passively monitor the performance of a driver of a motor vehicle to accurately identify whether the driver may be impaired. It's a big umbrella, the word impaired. Impaired could mean anything. And it goes on to say, prevent or limit motor vehicle operation if impairment is detected. And what's interesting about this is it goes on to the next quote on this, and it says that the government is requiring passenger motor vehicles manufactured after the effective date of that standard to be equipped with what they're calling advanced drunk and impaired driving prevention technology. And again, this gentleman's name comes up, Thomas Massie. Thomas Massie's been out there, really one of the few vocal politicians trying to get this out of here, trying to protect people and the public from this. Take a listen to this speech on the House floor. He filed an amendment.
I regret that we have to offer this amendment. What I'm going to describe will probably sound like a bad science fiction movie, but that's what's written into law. Right now in law, that's going to be implemented it says for 2026 and beyond. Now, the reality is the technology doesn't exist, but that doesn't keep legislators from imagining things that they would like to do to infringe on civil liberties. But there is a law that states that every vehicle manufactured is going to have a kill switch in it. The car itself will monitor your driving. And if the car thinks that you're not doing a good job driving, it will disable itself. So the car dashboard becomes your judge, your jury, and your executioner. My question is, how do you appeal your sentence once the technology in your car has judged you to be incapable of driving? Once it's disabled you and your children at the side of the road, how do you appeal that? Do you press a button on the dashboard? Do you start talking to an AI? What if it really was somebody who was drunk? Are you really going to send a police car after this? Disabled vehicle? Do we have the resources to do that? There's going to be so many false positives. The technology is unworkable. That's why the DOT is still in the rulemaking process, asking for feedback on how this thing could even exist.